For a lot of us, we've heard the word tariff more in the last few months than ever before. The Trump administration's on-again, off-again economic policies are frequently shifting markets and account balances. For business owners always planning for the future, that uncertainty is a big deal, and it's our big story tonight. I wanted to get a sense of how the proposed tariffs are affecting people in our community. After many calls, emails, and door knocks, I found 3 small business owners in Portland who are willing to talk with me about this. Our plan is to check back in with these 3 business owners throughout the year. It is a small sample size, I'll give you that, of course, but a way to get a sense of the tangible, real-world impacts from the Trump administration's planned reshaping of global economic policy. Even without full implementation of the tariff plans, some business owners are already seeing impacts.
First word that comes to mind is uncertainty.
I would say the environment is uncertain and a little confusing.
Small business owners in Portland want to know, what happens next? The Trump administration's introduction of international tariffs rocked markets and rattled the global economy. The White House says tariffs are needed to balance trade with other countries and boost domestic manufacturing. The administration temporarily paused the tariff rollout, helping some markets rebound. But trade wars are still in play, and the ripple effects reach local businesses. Barb Wright owns Oodles Kids in Southeast Portland, a toy, baby, and gift shop. For her business, reliant on the global supply chain, tariffs mean higher prices.
That gets passed on to us, and then we have to pass it on to the customer. It's cost of goods sold. That's how retail works. And we absorb what we can. But as a small business, we have lower margins, lower room for error, and we just have to pass on some things.
Even with a tariff pause, some of Wright's suppliers already raised their prices, and they're not taking that back. Wright got this email. Due to recently imposed 20% tariffs, we regret to inform you that we must adjust our pricing across all pre-orders. Another company sent out a new price spreadsheet showing new rates for each product because of the Trump administration's proposed tariffs.
And we're looking at, I would say, an average from 5% to 20%, depending on who it is, cost increase to us and then to the end consumer as a result.
Wright says she doesn't have much of a choice.
When it comes to what you are selling here, toys, a lot of them are not made domestically, correct?
Correct. A lot of toys are imported, a lot from China.
About 5 minutes north, Dawn Seymour has a similar problem.
Some of them are local, some of them are, New Zealand, Canada, the UK.
She owns Fiber Rhythm Craft and Design, a small yarn and knitting store. With textiles, it's not just who Seymour buys from that matters in a tariff-driven economy, but where the raw materials come from.
Even the local people that we purchase from that are based in the U.S., their yarns are made all over the place. Peru, Turkey, Italy, places like that.
So either made in or purchased from, what's the estimate of your shop that would be international, would you say?
80%.
Seymour is already paying the price, too. A New Zealand company raised its rates about 10% on average. That means difficult choices.
The margins that we work on now, pre-tariff, are just barely enough to get us to pay the rent and pay for employees. So we will be doing some things like not rehiring. So the prices will be going up. We hope to delay that as much as possible, but I think it's going to be inevitable.
But some small business owners have a little more protection.
Tie-down straps. One is to connect wood to masonry, standard foundation plate.
John Weber owns Northwest Seismic, a retrofitting company that makes homes more resistant to earthquakes. That means he uses a lot of one material.
Everything here is domestic steel.
Keyword, domestic, not subject to tariffs placed on other countries.
Given the nature of the work that we do, we're in probably better shape than somebody who is dependent on international imports.
Still, Weber says that doesn't give him immunity. He could see the demand going up for domestic steel.
And therefore prices going up.
Right.
KGW will check in with all 3 business owners throughout the year to see how their companies are responding to potential tariffs. At the moment, Wright is most worried about consumer behavior. saying spending paralysis can be crippling.
If everyone ratchets it down, gets nervous, and is waiting to see what happens, I think that's kind of the hardest part for a small business.
A future uncertain for business owners who rely on a plan.
I think it's just going to stay a roller coaster.
So what's going through your mind? What do you think about the tariff strategy? We're also very interested in hearing from any of you that are feeling effects of tariffs, either as a business owner yourself or as a consumer. Let us know. Email to story@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail 503-226-5090.